Hey, it's your boy the Crypto Goon, and shout out to all my crypto goons for putting up once again. Zebec Network. Shout out to all my Zebecians. But let's talk and let's hop into this chart. Now, what we're looking at is Zebec Network, still below 1 cent. Currently we're at 0.002 or so. Almost 0.003. Now, I talked about in my last two previous videos the FOMO behind Zebec Network, and a lot of the Zebecians are starting to come around. I'm still getting a lot of negative feedback because people think that I want this to come down, but I do not get emotionally involved in any cryptocurrency or attached or married to any cryptocurrency. For me, this is all about extracting money, whether we are shorting it, whether we are buying the coins, whether we are using the spot market to go long. Now, back in May, I did several videos and I said, hey, now that the hype and FOMO are starting to subside, I am looking for a buying opportunity between the 50 and the 618% areas. This was when Zebec was going crazy on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Now, if I hit the play button, you can see exactly what happens. Okay, we have come down. And I think that a lot of people are starting to realize, especially with Zebec Network, that what they thought was going on isn't really what's going on. Because if you actually head over to CoinMarketCap and you check out the community, right here on the right hand side, a lot of the people that are married to it, if you actually read through what everybody's saying, a lot of people feel as though they were pumped and dumped on, because obviously we can see, the larger wallets and the larger holders of Zebec, and they are taking profits, which most people should have done when they were up 500%. Okay. Never get married to any cryptocurrency. Again, a lot of them are redundant. Every day, a new one comes out that does some form of faster payment, payroll, overseas cross borders payments, right? It's starting to make my head spin that there's so many. All right. So with that being said, with Zebec, okay, so I'm trying to paint a picture for you and give you all some sort of path to 1 cent. But with every large move up, we will always have a pullback, 50%, 60%, 61.8% before it proceeds to move back up and make a new high. Okay. So as you can see here currently, we are pulling back into this box right here, which is the 50 and the 618%. Where it is currently heading, how that I've been saying since May that this thing is going to pull back into these areas. Now, currently we're sitting on the 382. We actually were a little bit below, but the markets, they fluctuate. They don't just go straight down. They don't normally just go straight up. They'll go down, up, right? So what I'm looking for currently, the path down, okay, to continue down. So we're going to obviously dance around the 382. We're going to come down to the 50. We may drop down a little bit below the 50 in right above the 618. And then that's when we will make our move up towards the 1%. Now, how do I come up with this? I'm sorry, 1 cent. Now, how do I come up with this 1 cent price target? So if you're new here, I reverse the Fibonacci. Come right here to the reverse button, hit OK. And as you can see here, the 141 is the target that I love to use because 90% of the time it is accurate. OK, we can even, look at this small area here and see that the 141 was this right here. Right. But anyway, so 141 is 1 cent. So right now, me personally, I'm being patient and I'm waiting for it to come into this area. I haven't 100% decided yet if I'm going to purchase the actual coins or if I'm going to use a spot market and just trade it, okay, without actually owning the coins. That's just, one strategy that can be used. One or the other, they're sort of the same. Obviously, with the spot market, to make, a lot of money, you got to put a lot of money in. Depending on the leverage of the platform, I use Kraken. Their leverage is okay. But it's just an idea, right? So it really just depends if I want to actually hold on to these coins. But for me, I'm not holding on to Zebec Network, long term. I'm not a 100% Zebecian. I'm just somebody that is here that extracts money out of the markets and I keep it moving. That's my whole goal, to make money. I'm not at all emotionally involved in this technology. You're not going to see me running around here with a Zebec t-shirt on. Okay. That is just as simple as that. Now, looking at coin market cap, 88% of people are bullish and 12% are bearish. And currently the 12% are winning. OK, I was temporarily bearish on Zebec, but now that we're moving down in the direction that I said we will move down in May, I am going to get bullish on this as soon as we hit the 50. As soon as we get the 50% retracement, that is when I will start buying. OK, I'm not going to wait for the 618, which is further down, because 90% of the time, the cryptocurrencies don't go to the 618. They hit the 50 and then they take off. OK, so I'll be looking for, an opportunity as soon as we get down into the 50. Now, what we're looking at is the weekly chart. So we should expect a new candle on Monday. And when that candle appears, I am looking for that to possibly touch the 50. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after. OK, and then also the other thing that you want to think about is if the interest rates drop, right? We know that Donald Trump is trying to replace the current Fed chair so that they can get the interest rates dropped, right? And it's crazy to me that most people don't know that the Fed chair doesn't actually make the interest rate decisions. It's actually the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. They vote on it. But just the Fed chair himself cannot change the interest rates, okay? Influence, maybe, but change, no. It is voted on by the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. It is a board that makes these decisions. But that's probably too deep a knowledge for the average person to understand, so they just blame it on that guy. But anyway, I just wanted to just bring you all this, keep you all updated on Zebec Network. Shout out to all my Zebecians, and shout out to all my goons, my crypto goons. And you know, the one, never the two. Crypto goon out.